Very good evening, everyone. So, one more minute, we'll start. Good evening, one and all. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Nur Fatima, please mute yourself. Okay, good evening, one and all. Welcome to day 5, the last day, wherein we have our fifth speaker, Miss Ramya Kosuri, ma'am. Let me introduce her. I know her personally since the past 2.5 years. She has done her MSc Psychology from Andhra University, and I know that she is very passionate about baking and confectionery making. So she's a pastry chef, freelance expert chef, trained at Sunrise College, Singapore, CII Hyderabad, and ma'am, she has small children, so she makes sure that whatever she cooks, that goes as the best side to her children. And my daughter also keeps telling that she's a very good chef, and the way she balances the diet in whatever confectionery or bakery products that she makes is very best. So welcome you, ma'am, Ramya Kosuri, ma'am. The topic she will
Uh,
deal with is the importance of balanced nutrition, building a healthy diet. Over to you, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Thank you so much. Uh, so today I'm going to talk about importance of balanced nutrition. So nutrition, just not eating healthy, but eating in right proportions and everything is a very important thing that we have to see nowadays. So what is nutrition? What are nutrients basically? So nutrients are nothing but the substance by which an organism should eat and they can survive. So balanced nutrition is consuming the right proportions of various nutrients to maintain, health, support bodily functions, reduce the risk of chronic diseases, so it encompasses the intake of both macronutrients and micronutrients. I think you guys know about what macro and micronutrients are. So for the people who don't know, I just want to explain them again. So in the basic nutrients, we have macronutrients are nothing called but the carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And in micronutrients, we have vitamins and minerals. So macronutrients, they are required in large amounts because they provide energy that are necessary for our body to function. So the first macronutrient and the most important, one of the most important macronutrient, which we are going to talk about are carbohydrates. So what are carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are the main source of energy. They break down into glucose, which fuels cells, tissues, and organs. So, what are the sources through which we can, consume carbohydrates or which we can get? One is, our rice, oats, quinoa, fruits, vegetables, or any other dairy forms, like milk and everything. Also, they have very small amount of carbohydrates. So, we have two types of carbohydrates. First one is a simple carbohydrate and the complex carbohydrates. So, simple carbohydrates are found in sugars, honey, and fruits. So, why are they called simple carbohydrates? Is because they're easy to digest and they help in rapid spike in blood sugar. And then we have complex carbohydrates, which are whole grains, legumes, vegetables that are digested slowly to provide sustained energy. so that we can have energy to work and do our daily chores, whatever it is, go to work. The basic energy we have from morning till night before we sleep, it is provided by the complex carbohydrates which we consume through any kind of grains. Or grains are nothing, we have the rice, millets, and all these things. And the second kind of macronutrients which we have to consume daily is proteins. So, what do proteins do? What is the role of protein? Protein is essential for building, repairing tissues, supporting immune functions. They also produce enzymes and hormones, which help in our daily metabolism of life and also functioning of our immune system. So, what are the sources of proteins we have? We have through eating meat, fish, poultry, dairy, legumes, nuts, seeds, other soy products, and everything, etc. So, what protein is consists of main thing called as amino acids. So, there are totally 20 types of protein amino acids which are essential, and there are only nine types of amino acids can be attained by consuming proteins through diet and everything. So then the third type of macronutrients which is important are fats. So fats provide long-term energy storage, which helps in insulating the body and help support cell growth. They're also vital for absorption of fat-soluble vitamins such as vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. So, the sources of healthy fats are found in olive oil, avocados, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish. So, we have three types of fats. First one is saturated fats, second one is unsaturated fats, and the third one is trans fats. So, saturated fats are found in animal products such as butter and meat. Some kind of plant-based plant oils also we can find saturated fats, that is coconut and palm oil. They can be consumed in moderate amounts. So they can, because too much of consumption in these also, they can, rise in cholesterol levels also, which is not good. Then the second one we have is unsaturated fats, which are found in pine oils and fish oils. So these are comparatively healthier fats compared to saturated fats. And they're healthier fats because they help in They also play a crucial role in both bone health and fluid balance, muscle and key function also. So, what are the different kind of minerals which our body needs or which is present in a balanced diet? There are four main minerals which we have to maintain. The first one is calcium, which is important for your bone and teeth health, which is found in dairy, leafy greens, and fortified foods. Then we have iron, which is very crucial for red RBC production. That is nothing called as red blood cells, oxygen transport. It's found in red meat, beans, lentils, and other fortified cereals too. And the third one, which is important, is potassium. Also in digestion and helps in waste elimination too. And that is the reason why we have to have at least 8 ounces or sorry, 8 glasses of water every day, which is very much important for us. So, and the next one is that it helps in transportation of nutrients to the cells and remove toxins from your body. And that is the reason why we have to have a good amount of water. And why is the recommend? Why do we have to have water? Is it's generally recommended to drink 8 glasses, as I told, but it can be very depending on your age, gender, and physical activity. So to maintain all your temperature regulation, waste elimination, and to hydrate yourself, that is the reason why you need to drink water. And the next uh, thing or the nutrient which is important is fibers. What is the role of fibers? It is because it is important for the digestion health. It helps in maintaining bowel regularity, reducing cholesterol, and controlling blood sugar levels. So there are two types of fibers: soluble fibers and insoluble fibers. It dissolves from. So what happens is that soluble fibers is it dissolves in water, so that it helps the lower cholesterol and glucose level. Maintain your lower cholesterol level, and it maintains your glucose level so that it doesn't spike up. So where does your soluble fibers? Where can you find your soluble fibers in your food? It is easily found in oats, beans, apples, and any kind of citrus fruits. And insoluble fibers, it promotes the movement of material through the digestive system and increases your stool bulk. So it is found in whole grains, wheat bran, and vegetables. So these are the different types of fibers which we have to take. So the more food which has fibers, if we take in or consume, food with fiber, what happens is that your bowel movement is it happens freely, and it is very healthy bowel movement you have, and you would not lead to having constipation, which is not a good thing. So these are the main things which we have to control in nutrients. The main things you have to know what nutrients are. That is macronutrients, micronutrients, waters, and fibers. So how can you incorporate or inculcate all these things in a daily meal? How do you do that? So the first one is how do you control is by portion control and moderation. So the balanced nutrition also involve eating appropriate portion size to prevent overeating or weight gain. So moderation is especially for processed food, sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats. So these are the keys to maintain healthy diet. So, and the other important thing we have to consider is your meal timing and your frequency in eating. So you have to have regular meals because eating regularly through intervals through it helps to maintain your energy levels and control your hunger too, so that you don't overeat too much. If you're if you skip a breakfast and you directly go for your lunch, then you might overeat because you get very cranky, which is not at all good. And that is the main reason why I think most of the people nowadays they want to maintain, especially women, they want to maintain your health, or you want to maintain your weight, is what you skip meals, which is not at all good. You have to eat every day in right amount of time in right portion. That is the main reason how we can reduce weight. But if you avoid meals, or you skip meals, it is it tends for you to overeat, and it can negatively affect your blood sugar levels, which is not at all good. So that is the reason why you shouldn't avoid your meals, skipping your meals. You should eat regularly. And the third one is healthy snacking. Suppose for people who overeat, or if you're feeling hungry, how can control your hunger? Is through nutrient dense snacking like fruits, nuts, yogurt, and whole grains to maintain your energy and avoid processed foods. So these three things are very important for us to have a balanced diet. Is how much ever you want to eat, but the first thing is you have to eat regularly. You have to avoid skipping meals, and the third one is you have to eat healthily. If you maintain these three things, you will have a holistic, better life. Be it your mental life, be it your physical life, be it holistically, you will feel better. And apart from these three things, two things, we have something called as special conditions. We have cultural and dietary preferences. So we have few vegetarians, be it because of their culture, be it because of your individual needs or your ways, however you want to. So you have to inculcate all these things. Like if you're a vegetarian or you're vegan, or you can't have gluten, so all these three things have to be maintained depending on suppose if you're a meat eating person, you can have chicken. But if you're a vegetarian, you can have paneer. But if you're a vegan altogether who doesn't take in animal based products, be it vegetarian, be it milk and all, you should have tofu or anything like soya. Or soy is nothing but you have soy chunks or meal maker, whatever it is. But the amount of how much ever you intake, it varies. That is how you have to do. So, balanced nutrition is just not about eating healthy foods, but also maintaining the right balance of nutrition that support your body functions. It requires mindful approach of eating, ensuring all essential nutrients included that are, including healthy options like fruits, vegetables, nuts, and avoiding unhealthy sugars, trans fats, and you minimize all these things. And a well-rounded diet is along with hydration is a proper portion in regular intervals and right proportions is it's needed. So how do you build a healthy diet? So you understood what diet and everything is, right? What nutrients and all are, and how do we have to have a healthy diet? How can we build a healthy diet for people? I just want to have a healthy diet. How can you start doing that? It can be with all the things. You need not have all the expensive products to have a healthy diet. You can have it from your basic, everyday food. Also, we can have a healthy diet. So it should have consists of understand whatever nutrients you have to have. It should consist of vegetables and fruits. It should have whole grains. So it includes brown rice, oats, whole wheat, quinoa. So these are the basic things which are available in every household nowadays. So we can have all these things. Then we have proteins, include lean meat, eggs, legumes, dairy products from muscle, maintaining, and all these things. So proteins, it should have protein. And the next one, it should have healthy fats like olive oil. It should be cooked in olive oil, nuts, seeds, or other one we can have. It can be cooked in a small amount of ghee rather than other trans fats like sunflower oil and all these things. You can cook apply just a minimum amount of ghee or minimum amount of butter. If olive oil is very expensive for you, you can use butter or ghee. And we can also use nut oils like nuvel nullan, like sesame oil, and all these things. These are all very good oils, which are better than sunflower and refined oils, which can you can compensate it with. And then we have dairy and alternatives, which can choose, milk, cheese, yogurt, all these things, which should also be included in your diet system. So in fruits and vegetables, aim is at least you can have 5 servings per day. Fruits and vegetables, which are really rich in vitamins, minerals, fibers, and antioxidants too. So you understand, suppose you're preparing a meal, what are the things which I can have? If suppose I'm a person who doesn't eat that much of fruits, so I'm going to compensate it the vegetables which I can get all the vitamins and minerals. So I'm going to do, and you should have portion sizes like one bowl, a small bowl of fruits, a small bowl of vegetables, and a small bowl of quinoa or brown rice, be it whatever legume you're having. Compensate it with all these things and cook it or stir fry it in olive oil or butter or ghee, which are better options. So this is how you build a small healthy diet. Then you have to meal prep for your day. Meal prep is nothing but daily meal planning for a balanced nutrition. So the first one, the breakfast should include fiber-rich carbohydrates, protein, and healthy fats because you're having the first meal. Breakfast should be kind of heavy, and it should, you should have all the nutrients or all the vitamins so that you can work for the rest of your day. So it should have fiber-rich carbohydrates, protein, and healthy fats. And for lunch and dinner, focus more on vegetables and lean proteins rather than fiber-rich carbohydrates. So you should focus more on vegetables and lean proteins. And in between snacks, we can have nutrient-dense snacks that are rich in fiber or protein so that you can be satisfied between your meals. So I'm going to give you an example of for a meal prep for a day. First things we can have is breakfast. In breakfast, we can have overnight with oats. So what you can do is take oats, which is very easily available. What you can do is soak it in your regular milk. If you're a vegan, you can have soy milk or almond milk. In overnight soak them with along with chia seeds, mixed berries, be it whatever berries you can have. Need not be strawberries and blueberries also. You can add in any kind of fruits, or you can add in any kind of chia seeds, or any you have kismis. Also, you can add those basic stuff, and you soak it in with the milk and refrigerate it. And the next day, what you can do is, because it absorbs all the milk along with the nutrients or the sweetness from the fruits or the berries, it absorbs and it becomes like a pudding kind of a stuff. So you can see, I put a picture how an overnight oats look like. On top of it, you can drizzle it with honey, or you can drizzle it with any kind of vegetables, or some people have it with vegetables, or some people have it with just nuts. You can add in any kind of almonds, cashews, pistachios, whatever it is, and eat it. So I did give you the ingredients you need and how do you prepare it and what the nutrition value It has complex carbohydrates because oats has complex carbohydrates, and it's very good for us to have it in the breakfast. And it has fiber is provided with chia seeds or any other berries, be it kismis, be it dried cranberries, whatever it is. And healthy fat is provided with the nuts, whatever nuts you intake, be it cashew, be it almonds, be it pistachio, and the protein is given by your almond milk. So it altogether is a very balanced diet you have, balanced meal. So that is for breakfast. And then we have lunch. So I did give you a quinoa salad, but you can do it for Indian. This thing we can have salad with brown rice, which is very much available for us. What you have to do is cook your portion of one bowl brown rice, and then if you're a vegetarian, add in whatever vegetables you want to. But if you're a non-vegetarian, you can add in either egg or you can add in chicken. Just stir fry it. You shouldn't deep fry. You shouldn't, do a curry out of it, which is not at all good. You should just stir fry it. Stir fry is nothing but add in a bit of olive oil, add in a bit of any oil, which is good. Then you boil it, cut it into small pieces, and then stir fry it with whatever vegetables, be it tomato, be it onions, be it kira, be it carrot, be it all these things, stir fry it and have it. By adding too much of, oil, by adding too much of salt, by adding too much of spices and all these things also, which is not at all good for us. You should enjoy whatever or however it is in a basic, and it is in natural form. So this is how you can have with quinoa or with brown rice, or you can replace it with sprouts, or you can replace it with a very healthy multigrain bread also. So this is how you can have your lunch. So in your lunch, as I told you, you shouldn't have too much of complex carbohydrates. You should be rich in protein. So the quinoa and the chicken gives in your high protein, healthy fats, and healthy fats is provided with olive oil or butter. Where when you even add in nuts, it also gives you healthy fats. And all the vegetables, it gives you all the vitamins and minerals which is needed for that meal, which is lunch. And then we have dinner. So dinner can be, I gave you an example of stir-fried tofu. Because I gave you an example in the morning, which is for a vegetarian. In the afternoon, the lunch which I gave you is for a non-vegetarian. Now I'm giving for people who are vegan. Nowadays, because vegan culture is too much, they don't consume the plant-based, animal-based dairy products. So they're having plant-based products. So the first one is tofu. So the same thing, you stir fry it with some brown rice and some steamed broccoli, or you can just, you can cut your brown rice and just have the tofu and steamed broccoli and just, eat it as it is. Instead of tofu, you can add in paneer. Instead of paneer, if you're craving for chicken, instead of chicken, you can have in a lean protein, which is fish. That is a very important thing we should, depending on what kind of protein also. Suppose red meat, it has more cholesterol and it is high in protein, which is not suitable for, your everyday consumption, which is not at all good. So that you can, compensate between eggs, lean protein, which is chicken and fish, which are, these three are, better than consuming red meat, which is usually is nothing but mutton or beef, if people do eat beef, and all these things are red meats, so which is not at all good. So in dinner, you should have a better, you have a lean protein. So in the snacks, so I did give you a basic meal prep for breakfast, dinner, and lunch. So we can have something called as snacks in between the meals also. What are the snacks you can have is Greek yogurt with honey and walnuts. Not example like walnuts. You can just have yogurt you can add in honey to it. Yogurt is nothing but curd. Hungered, but you should remove the excess of water, which is present in the plain curd which we have. Get a thick paste of it, add in honey, and add in whatever nuts you want to have, and just have 2 to 3 spoons of it, which is very good for you. What does it offer? It gives you, protein from the yogurt. Then we have healthy fats from the nuts and a touch of sweetness for the natural sugar from the honey. So these are the basic things. I gave this diet. I just explained a meal from the Western view where they have all the things like broccoli, tofu, and all these things. I'm going to give you examples for our Indian version. Indian cuisine, how are you going to do it? Like basic. Suppose people don't like to eat overnight oats. They want to eat something like idli, dosa, and all these things. Instead of that, the other breakfast which we can have is poha, basic thing. So breakfast in Indian cuisine basically has whole grains, legumes, and healthy fats, right? So an example which we can have is poha. What is poha? Is nothing but flattened rice. So just you can cook it like an upma or something. Flattened rice, onions, tomatoes, peas, peanuts. So how do you do it? You soak your poha, then saute it with some mustard seed, onions, tomatoes, garnish it with peanuts. So what does it happen? What is this meal? What does it contain? It contains of carbohydrates. The poha is nothing but a light and easily digestible carbohydrates. It's a source from a complex carbohydrate. And the protein is coming from the peas or the vegetables and the peanuts which we are using. And healthy fats is again from the peanuts. Suppose if you are using small amount of oil, use olive oil, use ghee or butter instead of, which is healthy fats, right? So from this we are getting healthy fats, and we can actually which is a source of healthy fats, and then the vitamins and minerals are from the vegetables. That is onions, tomatoes, peas contribute to the vitamin C, fiber, antioxidant, all these things. So one example is poha, and the other one which we have is moong dal chila, which is nothing but lentil pancakes. So moong dal, I think everybody knows what moong dal is. So how do you do it? Soak and grind moong dal in a batter, then cook like a pancake. It's nothing but peseretto, which we have every day, like similar to a peseretto, which we have, adding coriander, onions. Same, moong dal gives you proteins. It also gives you complex carbohydrates, fibers, antioxidants, and health. Fibers and antioxidants is from onions and coriander. And then we have healthy fats from the minimum amount of oil which we are using. These are basic examples of your breakfast. We can also have millet idlis. Instead of using rice, and dal, we can use millets. Millets like korolu, samulu, udalu, and all these things which are very much available for us right now. We can get those powder forms. We can make a very quick, easy batter of dosa or idli and just consume it. You can have good chutneys. You can have people like peanut chutney. You can have it because it's a good source of protein, right? You can have it with that. Add in whatever vegetables you want in that idli, steam it and just have it, or in the dosa, just instead of just compensating whatever you have in our daily lives. When you're eating white rice, stop eating white rice. Eat brown rice in a small portion of it, or else you can just replace it with oats, or replace it with quinoa, or replace it with any kind of millet. Instead of that, you're just compensating and eating and start eating less and not less, but a proportioned amount of complex carbohydrates and more amount of vegetables, so that it gives you all the vitamins and minerals. And the substitute for proteins is by eating dal if you're a vegetarian, by eating eggs and all the kinds of meats if you're a non-vegetarian. So that's how you proportion it, and that's how you create a balanced diet. So this is an example I gave you for breakfast. For lunch, we can do rajma chawal. It's nothing basic example which we have. Uh, Instead of white rice, we substitute it with the brown rice, and then we can make palak paneer also, which is a very good example, which is very nutrition based, balanced diet which we can have every day. Instead of maida roti, we can have whole wheat roti, which is good. They're just compensating it. So these are the basic, examples for lunch. And then we have dinner, because dinner should be very light on your stomach, and you should always have it before, at least try having it before 7:30, at least. So dinner, what can we have? We can have vegetable khichdi. Instead of using brown rice, we can use any kind of millet. Sorry, white rice. We can use any kind of millet. Use moong dal. All the vegetables you have, and just cook it, and with cook it with base of spices, and pressure cook it, and then you can have it, which is a very light on your stomach, and you can have it in the night for dinner. Then we have roti, bajra roti. We have or another example, instead of wheat roti, we can prepare bajra roti with bengan ka barta, or roasted eggplant, or vankai to you roasted vankai pachadla chestar kada, ala kuda you can have it, which is very good for your dinners. That's another example for your very good for your dinners. And then orange, we can have mixed dal with spinach, instead of having wheat. If you're not into rotis or anything, we can add in barley and all these things. So instead the snacks which I can do is sprout salad. Also, we can have in between salads, we have sprout salad. Sprout your moong beans, add tomatoes, cucumber, onions, lemon, and just prepare it, and you can have it in between snacks, because it gives you a very good amount of fiber, vitamins, and minerals. And we also have roasted chana, which is also very good for our snack. So if everybody did the dinner and all these things are done, lunch, dinner, and breakfast, and snacks also. The other option for sweet tooth people, we have ragi halwa, which we can make. I'll just give you a few examples for your desserts, which we can substitute with millets, instead of using maida and all these things. Example, we have ragi halwa, we have oats and almond laddu, we have chia seed kheer instead of using semia. We can make dates and nuts burfi, and we can also make energy bars. So all these things are examples for you what desserts. So, how do you maintain, balanced diet? I can give you a few tips. First and foremost thing, you should know that you are incorporating all whole grains, whole wheat, brown rice, quinoa, and any kind of millets. And the next thing is focus on plant-based nutrition, like lentils, beans, legumes, because they're very staple Indian diets and provide excellent food for protein. Then include all kind of vegetables in every meal. Different kind of vegetables, different kind of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants are provided. Then we use healthy fats like mustard oil, olive oil, ghee, butter, and all these things are healthy fats. And watch your portion size. Traditional Indian meals can sometimes be very heavy, so control your portion size, especially for carbs like rice and bread. And limit processed foods, minimize packaged and processed foods, focus on more home cooked meal. So the next thing we also have to maintain is pre-exercise meal and post-exercise meal. With the balanced diet, you should always have a physical exercise. So there are few examples. The pre-exercise meal, you can have banana, peanut butter, and all. Go for a walk, go do yoga, go for gym and everything. And then your post-exercise meal, after the exercise, include protein aid muscle repair. So and carbohydrates, so that they can replenish your energy sources. Protein powder, berries, spinach, and all the protein rich food after your post exercise you should always have. And remember, the balance, moderation, maintaining your healthy diet is enjoying your favorite food, sustainable eating, and create a long-term habits for your overall health rather than perfection. So, in conclusion, I just want to tell how do you build a healthy diet is balanced nutrition, focus on the variety. Suppose you're eating the same thing every day, you would not like it. You would be so bored and you would be like, no, I don't want to do it. You would relapse and go back eating, unhealthy way. So try inculcating all these variety of foods. Try meal prepping more. Try, substituting and making more, better healthy options for yourself and portion control and the nutrient timing always have meals in a perfect timing and portion control, and that is those are the things I can I would want to share with you in this presentation of mine. And I'm going to give you guys a few recipes too. I'm going to send it to ma'am after this seminar. You guys can try them out. And please do post if you want to in your social media. I'm going to give you basic, easy recipes which you can try out. And please do try